Hey world, welcome to 9 minutes motivation at 9 a.m. I am Deepak here and my life is beautiful and I stay on top of it because I work as worship. Some lessons get into your head from nowhere and they really shape your life, your destiny. A lot of things are there. Few things which I think has been mm, taught to all of us. Something like sharing is caring. When you give, you receive. These all things are there. But it's one thing to have lessons and very different thing to practice all these things. This one thing called giving. See, when I sometimes look back into my own self, I feel I'm a very selfish person for various reasons. I think that's true for almost everybody. I don't think if anybody is a selfless person. A lot of people say they say to me also, you're a very selfless person. Yes and no, both. See, Mother Teresa did what she did because she liked to do it. It was her selfish interest to help others. Nothing to have controversy here, but just trying to understand. Mahatma Gandhi felt very complete in helping or doing something for his country. That was his selfish interest to be selfless. So even to be, I want to be a selfless human being is also a selfish interest, right? But this whole lesson of giving, I think, is a very profound lesson which I learned not because my dad or mom taught me or anybody taught me. I think somewhere just it got into my head that the more you give in life, the more you receive in life. Maybe that was in that maturity. I don't remember anything. Maybe that greed of only if I give, I will receive more, or maybe it just like that. Okay, let me give. Whatever comes, comes. I don't know what was my thought process that time, in what intention, but giving became a part of my life. Right? There used to be time when in my life, it doesn't happen with everybody. When you become teenager and you are educating yourself, science gets into your head and you almost question everything, including God, spirituality, and they're the first thing to question because uh, God is a very easy target to question because he's not visible. No, you have any courage to go and ask Narendra Modi on his face? In opposition also, they can't ask in front of Modi. They speak behind, or they need a group to ask this thing in opposition. Go and ask Daud Ibrahim. Hey, we have अपना फट जाता है. God is an easy victim because he's not visible. No, you can say anything to God. वो- So this thing also came into my why when we used to go temple or any place of worship, you have to a donation box will be there. You have to put some money there. Now I have to ask myself why God need money. God everything is God's only. Why God needs money? So I never used to give a single rupee chore. Even that time, 10 paisa also I never have given. I remember the small denomination I had in my hand was 2 paisa. I never given 2 paisa also. And I have to ask myself why God needs money. I never given. Then as you grow in maturity, then you grow with experiences. You have your own experiences, spiritual experiences. I realized some very important thing, and that became a part of my life. A lot of people say also, when I will become very rich, then I will start giving some percentage of mine. Maybe it can be 1%, 5%, 10%. And when I come to know when corporates like Tata's and Starbucks and these companies give away 80%, Bill Gates promised 90% giveaway of the entire money they make. I don't know what calculations are there, but even to it's very unfathomable to even understand 80% of your money you give back to society, and that's what they have been doing. That's how this hats off to them. So when people say we are not Tatas, we are not Birlas, we are not Ambanis, we are not Starbucks, or we are not philanthropists like all the big names which we talk about to give, I only want to ask this question today to all of us. Out of 100 rupees that you earn, if you do not have the heart to give 1 rupee to somebody or for some cause, 1 rupee, that is 1%. Tomorrow, when you will have 100 crores with you, will you have the heart to give away 1 crore? Because 1 रुपए देने के लिए ताकत नहीं है, दिल चाहिए ना. To give, you need heart. You don't give money. See, when you give money with the mind, it's a transaction, it's a deal, it's an investment, it's something you expect in return. When you give the money from the heart, it just giving. Giving doesn't come from the mind. Giving from the mind is called investment. Giving from the mind is called transaction. Giving from the heart is called actual giving. You don't expect anything in turn. 100 रुपए में से 1 रुपए देने को दिल नहीं है. Don't have the heart to give 1 rupee or 2 rupee or 5 rupees. Out of, because you say no, I'm only earning in hundreds right now. Today every day I only earn in hundreds or thousands. So if you do not have the heart to give 1 rupee or 2 rupee or 5 rupee from the 100 rupee that you earn, tomorrow when you will have 100 crores with you, will you have the heart to give away 5 rupees, 5 crores or 10 crores? Ask yourself this question very genuinely. I ask myself, 5 crores will I be able to give? No. But if that heart I have to build that strong, I have to start from 1 rupee or 2 rupees and 5 rupees. And that's the time I realize I think that's the best way of. So giving the money in the temple, in the hundi donation, not God needs it. It's an ritual been practiced to create detachment from what you have. तेरा जो है तू देना. What God will give, God will give. That's all His only. But do you have the heart to give something, part with something that is yours? It may be 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 100 rupees, 2000 rupees, whatever is the money, or lakhs and crores, what you want to go. The whole idea of donating in the temples or church or mosque is not about, of course, people donate with the mind. I've told you. What they donate with the mind is expecting something. When you give from the heart, it helps you to practice detachment, part with something that is yours. Because now and then something life will take away from you anyways. How do you deal with it? That detachment has been practiced in the ritual of donating. And from that time I have realized, not only that, there are 100 reasons I realize. Once your heart is convinced you should give, then you find multiple reasons why you want to give. Say if I have gone and taken the darshana of my Lord, if He has shown Himself to me, given an experience of energy, I think something I oh I should not take everything in free. That's why I give away there. Giving is the ultimate thing you can learn in your life. And the day your heart will learn to give, I'll tell you this, you'll be able to deal with a lot of losses, which eventually will happen in everybody's life. Loss of a relationship, loss of finance, loss of money, loss of name, loss of reputation, loss of any loss. Because you have given from your side now. I will not be able to do justice to the entire thing in 9 minutes, but I can tell you this. If you do not have the heart to give a little from what you have, you'll not be able to give more from when you will have the more. So true donation is not when you give those lakhs and crores from the surplus that you have made. True donation is when you give out of your need and not out of your greed. For example, I always tell this: if my appetite at the lunch is to eat 3 chapatis, and I need to eat 3 chapatis to complete my hunger, satiate my hunger, out of three, when I give one to somebody who is hungry, that's true donation. But because I had got one extra chapati by mistake in my tiffin, or my hunger is only for 2 chapatis and I have 2 chapatis extra left surplus, it will anyway go waste. Then I give it to a beggar. That is not called donation. Don't simply give you yourself some benefit. I give, don't give. No, no. You give from what you have, not from what you already have surplus with you. With that understanding, I think life will become very different and very spiritual. I can vouch on that. With that belief, let's start this amazing, beautiful day. Let's give everything that we have for this day. We owe it. So, guys, go get set and grow.